Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a full face of products under $5. Alright, we are back. This is the first video I'm filming in about 3 or 4 weeks. I've got my computer back so I can start editing again. So let's jump into it. Today I wanted to do a video based off a video I did a while back on my channel. I did a full face of products under $10. So today I thought it would be fun to kind of up the challenge and do a full face of products under $5. And it took me a little while to go through my collection to find it, but by golly, I found a full face, everything under $5. So we are going to get started with some brow products. So the first thing I'm going to be going in with is my sculpting brow pencil from AOA. If you have not heard of AOA, I have a video where I did a full face of products from Shop Miss A. The AOA brand or line is the kind of like home brand or whatever, however you call that, of the Shop Miss A site. And this brow pencil is $1. Most things on their site are $1. It used to be everything, but now they've kind of upped some of the prices, whether that's sets of things or if certain products are related to different causes. For instance, they have some things related to like the Paw Paw brand, which a part of the proceeds of those products go to help animals in shelters and animals in need. So some things are a little bit more than $1, but a lot of products are $1. So as I said, this is $1, and this brow pencil is in the shade, I'm going to say taupe or blonde. It's honestly rubbed off. What I like about this pencil is it does have the tear shape for the brow product, and also it comes with a spoolie. Now, tell me why this $1 brow pencil can come with a spoolie, and yet more expensive brow products don't. There's no excuse if they can make this with a darn spoolie for $1. We should be able to get a spoolie with any brow product at any price point. The only thing that people may not like about this specific brow pencil is that it is a little on the waxy side, but sometimes I don't mind that because it does put out a little bit more pigment and a little bit more product, and I don't feel like I have to go over my brows as many times as I would with other brow pencils. But I mean, you just can't beat this. Now, if you don't want to have to go on the Shop Miss A site and buy from them and wait for the shipping, another brow product I would recommend is from e.l.f. This brow pencil right here is $2. I used to have one, but I can't find it for some reason. I'm thinking it's in a purse of mine or it's fallen somewhere and I just can't find it, because I can't find my stinking ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation, and that is one of my favorites. I have looked and I cannot figure out where it has gone. No clue. I have looked and looked and I cannot find the stinking thing, and it's making me a little upset, if you can tell. All right, there we have it. It's quick and simple. It's no muss, no fuss. It's a really nice brow pencil for $1. Now I'm going to go in and set my brows with some clear brow gel. Really, your brow game is best if you look at e.l.f. products. They have a lot of nice brow products for under $5. This, again, is from e.l.f. This is the Clear Brow and Lash Mascara. Now, it has one side meant for your lashes, one side meant for your brows. That's fine if you want to do it that way. Honestly, I just use both sides for my brows. So I'm just going to lightly run this through and just kind of set them in place. Kind of going for a little bit of a soapy brow look. A little fluffier, a little more natural. And there we have it. I'm just going to let them dry down that way. Great product, 2-in-1, $2. Okay, today for eye primer. Now, I will be honest, we are kind of testing this product, so if it doesn't work very well, I'm going to let you know. But I found this at Walmart. This is the e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer, and I got mine in the shade Cream. I believe they had white, they had cream, which is this color, and another color that was a little bit darker. Now, my only concern about this is, I don't know if I can get this, yeah. Do you see that it's already dried around the outer edge? Don't know how I feel about that. But this product was $5 on the dot. I don't know, guys. I think mine might be dry. Because I'm really trying to warm it up to get some onto my fingers. I don't know about this. I feel like, yeah. I feel like this is going to be way too drying. Yeah. I don't know if that is this product specifically, or if it just so happens that I grabbed one that is dry, but I'm going to have to wipe that off. But if you've tried this, please let me know down below, whatever color, cream or white or the darker one. What did you think? How did it work? Because I'm curious if this is the experience of everybody purchasing this, or if I just happened to purchase a dud. So I went ahead and used the concealer that I'm going to use in a minute for my eyeshadow primer. So I will show you that product in a second. Let's go ahead and jump into eyeshadow. Today I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Color Icon 5-pan palette in the shade Walking on Eggshells. Now, if you don't know, Wet n Wild recently kind of rebranded a lot of their products, or yeah, I guess is rebrand or repackaged some of their products, and one of them is they used to have the quads, and specifically this 5-pan palette is in the shade or is the shade or whatever words is Walking on Eggshells. Now they used to have this in the quad, but they now have re-released it in the 5-pan palette. So that's what we're going to be using today. They also have 10-pan palettes. And so I picked up Walking on Eggshells because I thought it just looked like a really nice everyday kind of palette. And this retails for $3.99 at Ulta, and I believe it's a little bit cheaper at Walmart. Some of these things, if you look them up on Ulta, they're a little bit more expensive than $5, but a lot of these products, if you find them at Walmart, they are $5 or under. So let's go ahead and jump in with this. I'm going to go in with this shade and just put that all over the lid with just a big fluffy brush. Oh, I thought that was a matte. That's actually like a shimmery shade. That might be nice for the inner corner highlight. Okay. I am just doing a super quick basic look today because honestly when I'm done I'm going to wipe all this makeup off because I'm going walking with my mom after this. So we're not going to get into anything too revolutionary. So I'm going to go in with this shade in the crease. Do these have names? No. So I'm just going in with this shade right here. Just build that up a little bit. I actually had another one of these. I think it was in camouflage, if I'm not mistaken, but I ended up giving it to my friend when she came to visit because I used it on her and I was like, hey, just take it. So I have tried another one of these. What I did find, and I'm wondering if it's the same with this palette, is that the mattes perform better than the shimmer. So we'll see how that goes. So now I'm going to take some of this darker shade and kind of build it up in the outer corner. That's blending beautifully. Okay, now I'm going to take my finger and just pop into some of this pink shade and put that all over the lid. Okay, let's see how it looks if we get it wet on a brush. Oh, honestly worse. Okay, so you want to go into it with your finger dry and just pat it on. I'm not super impressed by that, but it's not bad. Let's put a little bit of this shade in between. Kind of blend from the pink to the darkest color. Okay. Are the shimmers the most impressive thing I've ever seen? No. Are they bad? No, not by any means. I mean, that was a really quick, super simple, very nice everyday look. I even was able to kind of smoke it out a little bit. So yeah, I feel like this palette is really nice, and again I think the mattes perform better than the shimmers. Alright, let's move on to mascara. I'm using Essence. You can't go wrong with the Essence mascara. I have this one, the pink one. I have a bunch of the Lash Princesses, but this and the pink are probably my favorite in these kind of thicker tubes. So this is the Essence Volume Stylist 18-Hour Lash Extension Mascara. Here's what the wand looks like. So I'm just going to pop some of that on. Price of this is $4.99, and this is sold either on Essence's website or through Ulta. So here is mascara versus no mascara. Also something to note with this one and the pink one especially, they are mascaras that do a little bit better after a little bit of time and they've dried out just a touch. They seem to perform a lot better. When you first purchase them, they're going to be just a little bit watery, but just give it some time and they'll be at optimal performance. This would have looked even better if I had curled them, but yeah. Love this mascara, and again, $4.99. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into primer. For primer, I'm going to go with Wet n Wild, specifically these two. They have the Dewy primer as well as the Matte primer. Both of these retail for $4.98 at Walmart, and today I am going to go in with the Dewy because I'm a dewy kind of gal. So you're just going to squeeze a little bit onto your hands and massage it in. This is going to give you a glow. This doesn't really do anything as far as hydration, or honestly, it doesn't really do anything for longevity of the makeup, but it does give a glow that comes through when you put your foundation on. Just gonna make sure I have that blended in. Yeah, can you see see the sheen on my hands? It's just gonna give you a glow, but it really is a pretty glow. The matte one is more of a lotiony consistency coming out of the tube. You rub it in, it's very smooth, and you can feel how it has mattified. It's not silicone-y, but it does definitely mattify and smooths a little bit. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and go in with concealer first, and this is what I use as my eyeshadow primer. I am using the Essence Camouflage Plus Matte Concealer. This is in the shade 10 Light Rose, and this retails for $3.99. So I want to put just a little bit here, and a little bit here to lift. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit into that purple area and right there. Again, I think I've mentioned in other videos, I have been enjoying doing my concealer first when I can remember. It is really hard to kind of like break yourself out of that routine that you've gotten used to and to do your makeup in a different order. So there you can still see a little bit of the purple, but you also can see how it has brightened compared to this side. Oh my gosh, my lights keep falling dadgum off my wall. I gotta figure that out somehow. And as you can see, a little is going a long way. I am just blending, blending, blending. And this does dry down matte. This is not going to have a glow or a slip to it. It's matte once it dries down. All right. And there we have concealer. So moving into foundation, I got this one from Believe Beauty. This is their Skin Finish Foundation, medium to full coverage. Now, if you have not heard of Believe Beauty, they are a brand specifically to Dollar General. I actually have a video doing a full face of products from Believe Beauty, so I will link that for you above and below. This is a really nice foundation, and it retails for $5. And they actually just extended the shade range to add some lighter shades as well as some darker shades. And this is a really beautiful foundation, guys. This is $5. Glass jar. Look at this. A golden pump Maybelline. $5 includes a pump. I mean, just look at that. Does that not look high end? So let's go ahead and pump some onto the back of my hand. That's about 2 pumps, and I am in the shade Linen. Like, look at that. Can you see how that's kind of thick and creamy? But it doesn't feel heavy on your face, which is really nice. So let me go ahead and blend out one side, and I will show you the difference. Alright, so here is one side with the foundation, without. This definitely leans more on the satin dewy side. So if you're looking for something that's matte coverage, this probably won't be the foundation for you. But if it is the finish that you like in your foundation, it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you have a Dollar General around you, which I realize that's kind of a downside to it, that, you know, not everyone has a Dollar General, but, you know, not everyone has a Walmart. So if you do have a Dollar General, I suggest you look up this foundation. Okay, here we are, fully blended out, looking very nice and flawless. Awesome foundation. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into powder. Now, this powder I do not have anymore. I actually gave it to my sister, but I still recommend it. I think it's a great product. I just have so many that I felt like this was a product that she could get a lot more use out of. But it is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and the pressed powder, the little circle, and that retails for $3.97 at Walmart and as well as Amazon. So if you're looking for a nice pressed powder that comes in translucent as well as other shades, definitely look into that. But today what I'm going to do is actually use my Profusion Highlight and Contour Palette. This is also what we're going to use for bronzing, contour, and highlight. But I am actually going to go into this shade right here called Cream Light. This product is found at Walmart and it retails for $4.98. So I am going to take a brush and just tap a little bit of this onto the under eyes. And then I'm going to take a fluffier brush and just tap a little bit of that all over the face. I'm going to go back in with the same brush I used under my eyes and do a little bit of this on the nose. There we go. Nice and set. Definitely this is a foundation that I think does need set down with powder. Even if you're a dry skin person, otherwise it's going to probably transfer, but now it feels nice and matte. So let's go ahead and jump into the rest of this palette. So this is the Highlight and Contour 1 palette. They also have a Highlight and Contour 2 that has a deeper shade range. So that is something to note. So I'm going to go in with the Tan Sculpt and use that to contour. I don't know why that word just went right out the door. And I'm going to use my EcoTools Skin Perfecting Brush. Now here's the thing. I'm going to tap into it and tap most of that off. And just lightly start to pat it on and then kind of blend up into my hair. Like, see, that wasn't, I barely put any pressure. And you can already see how pigmented that was. So you definitely want to be careful. Okay, I'm going to go over that a little bit with my sponge. There we go. So now I'm going to take this shade in Light Sculpt and use that as bronzer. I like that this is a functional palette for under $5 that allows you to cross off a lot of steps in your makeup routine. Okay. And I'm also going to use this for highlight. So in this palette, there are 3 shades. We have Impulse, Heartfelt, and Hype. So a light gold, a pink, and then a very dark gold. So I guess this is more champagne. I'm actually going to mix Impulse and Heartfelt to kind of match what's going on my eyes here. Just give this a little swishy swish. So we did powder, contour, bronzer, and highlight all in one palette for under $5. Don't sleep on Profusion. It's a really good brand, and I do believe you can only find it at Walmart, but it's worth it if you can find it. They've got great eyeshadow palettes for $5, larger palettes for $13. A really nice brand. Okay, so let's jump into blush. Again, this is going to come from Believe Beauty, the brand at Dollar General. So for their blushes, I have one I want to show you that I'm not going to use today, but this is their cream, Color Me cream blushes. And the only downside to this is that there are only these 2 shades. We have Dollface and Tropical Sunset, but these are beautiful blushes and they are $4.50. If you haven't seen the video where I just did a cream blush showdown, I will link that for you above and below. I tried this out and you can see my full thoughts on this blush. But for today, I'm going to use their Born to Blush powder blush, and this is in the shade Creamy Peach. There are a few different shades in this. There's this peach color, a very pretty bubblegummy pink color, but I don't have any peachy blushes in my collection, well, until I purchased this, and it is really pretty. It is a matte blush, which is also nice, but be careful if you go to get a blush from them because some of them do have a shift, and I believe they just released some new split pan ones that are like a matte and a shimmer, so I'm excited to find those. So I'm just going to dip into this. It does have quite a bit of kickback, but that's all right. We can make it work. I'm just going to apply some blush. It's really, this peach is, oh, it's perfect for spring. Just gives you the prettiest natural looking flush. Like, look at that. Nothing too heavy, nothing too in your face, but just this very pretty wash of color. And this retails, the powder ones retail for $4.75. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish up the under eyes really quick before we go on to lips. And I think that'll be everything. Okay, for my under eyes, I just ran some of this color all along the lash line. I put a little bit of this darkest shade right out in the corner, and I did put some of this shade in the inner corner for the inner corner highlight. That worked out really nice. I didn't bother putting mascara down there because, again, like I said, I'm getting ready to wash all this off. So let's move on to lips, and this is from Wet n Wild. This is their perfect pout, man, can I read? Perfect Pout lip colors, and these are their like lipsticks. These retail for $3.99. So I have two here. This is in the shade 99% Chance of Wine. Very dark, very vampy. Love it. I loved it when I first got my hair done. And then I also have it in the shade Extra Cinnamon Please. This is one of my favorite fall colors. Look at that orange. Ugh, isn't that pretty? All right, I think I'm gonna lightly do the Extra Cinnamon. All right, there we go. Kind of buffed it out a little bit to make it less pigmented because I don't really want orange with like the pink and gold, but there is the lip. And why I like those is there is a wide shade range of those. So you can find some crazy colors, some really nice neutral colors, or these kind of, I consider these my fall and my vampy color. So that is a full face of products, all under $5. Let me know what you think. Again, sorry about the e.l.f. putty primer, but I really wanted to test this out. And I'm curious if any of you have tried this. What was your experience? Did yours come dried out like this, or did I just happen to get a dud? So thank you for watching this video. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.